Donald Trump thrives in conflict, and I think, as per now, he is the greatest warmonger and the greatest war strategist ever in the history of the 21st century. I'm saying this because he's doing things that has left very many people, even his own leaders or people around him or the US leaders, not aware of what he's going to do next, when, and where. And whenever he's asked questions, he simply says, I cannot give you such information to a reporter, because he knows once the information is the reporters, they can leak that information to the next person who will tell the enemy what's happening. The same thing, the Congress has been asking, or is always asking, for accountability of what is happening in Iran against the Islamic regime of Iran currently. But it's so hard even for those army officers or military officers who are working with Trump to disclose whatever is happening, because they know, Trump knows, once this information is disclosed to these people, they will use this information and they'll start shouting about this information and share that information with the potential spies within the ranks who will go and share the same information with their enemies on the other end. And thus, he has resorted on to keep quiet and silent on what's happening. So let's go with the suppress attacks wherever we choose, because we are now in control of the air, that is of the air within airspace within Iran. And there is no batteries that can get our planes down or anything. So with this, we are not discussing whatever we want to do. Just keep quiet and do whatever we want to do, how we wish to do it, unless something has happened on the other end. And that is what is going on the ground. A very good lie that he has used, that is it Diego Garcia has been attacked. I don't think if Iran, if the Islamic regime of Iran have the missiles that can hit Diego Garcia. Okay, two missile shot on Diego Garcia. None of them hit the ground because they were dismantled, cut short in the air. They are cut short in the air, and they did not hit the ground for any cause. And you all know, if Diego Garcia is shot or any missile lands on Diego Garcia, that means that the US is going in all, because they have a lot on Diego Garcia, and they will protect that Diego Garcia with anything available to make sure that the B-2 stealth bombers are not attacked or they are not destroyed. No one poses a danger to that. And that's a more reason to why the US will go in bigger and hotter against the Islamic regime of Iran. I've seen a lot of photos, a lot of writings, and a lot of AI generated images online showing that showing that Iran is the Islamic regime of Iran. I don't want to say Iran because not all Iranians are in support of the Islamic regime of Iran, but a couple of them are. But majority of Iranians want freedom for Iran, so they are not part of whatever is happening. They really wish that Donald Trump can do away with these people. Donald Trump in Israel or Netanyahu can do away with these people so much easy, so that they can go back to their normal freedom or free life that they've been living, or they used to live before the revolution, the Islamic revolution came in. So I've seen those images, and sometimes I look at them as like I laugh, because okay, most of the people who are posting all these things are not in Iran and they're not in Israel. Most of them are posting them when they're away. They're just coming up with their own stories. Okay, they call them bots, as they've been calling me all along. They are bots, okay, bloggers who really want views, not really want views and clicks and comments, just to make their social media platforms vibing up and fiery when it comes to the information they are giving. But what's really happening is Iran is losing. The truth on the ground is the Islamic regime of Iran is losing greatly in this war. But whatever they think is working against the United States is completely working for the states. It's completely working for the United States and completely working for Israel. They are saying that the US is losing. The US is not losing the grip on the ground. What's this other nation? Israel. They're saying that it's also losing. It's not losing the grip on the war. In fact, they're in control. They're in control of the air. They're in control of the waters. They're in control of everything that is happening around. And some will say, okay, if they are in control, why is Trump not opening up the Strait of Hormuz? Okay, it's still a strategy that Trump is using. I told you, Trump is smart enough to know what to do and what to say, how and when, for who people, to which people to listen to, because there are people who have itchy ears that they want to get everything done the way they think it's done, when everything's not that way. And that is what Trump is using as a leverage against them to get everything moving the way he wants them to move. Know that the US is not able to open up the Strait of Hormuz for long. The US has been funding NATO. and they have been using a lot of US dollars and army that is hardware and software to protect some of the NATO countries. But these countries have never come to protect, have never ever stepped in a foot to come in aid US in any point. Yes, they have never done that. If they have, okay, convince me that they have. They are like the US, they have maybe protect the US interests, not really. Afghanistan and all that, those were not the US interest within Afghanistan and all that. It's just something that was around to protect the whole world because it posed a danger to the whole world, as they said. So Trump wants to see if these guys are serious. Will they come in to help the US if the US is in need, or do they just depend on the US but they cannot come and support the US? Because the US, Uncle Sam has been serving as the big brother, making sure that the younger brothers and the installments in the younger brothers, whatever states, are well safeguarded and safe. Whatever the younger brother cries, Uncle Sam comes in and makes sure that he's saving the younger brother, for the face of the younger brother, from being dismantled and destroyed. That is what Uncle Sam has been doing. But now Uncle Sam, not that Uncle Sam is unable to do that work, but Uncle Sam is trying to test and see, are these people in a place, in a position to come in? Are they friends in need, or they're just friends with deeds? Whenever they need, I go, but whenever I need, they don't come. That is what Trump is trying to do. That is what Trump is trying to do. So those people are saying that NATO is no. Trump has been really looking for a way to exit NATO, but he never found any tangible way to exit NATO. But this one will give him a tangible excuse to exit NATO if some of the NATO countries will not come in to help. And for now, I believe the US has a lot of oil reserve. So whatever happens within the hotspot of Hormuz will not really affect the oil prices within the US. But they will for a moment, but Trump has a way to bring them down. And every American will hail him as a hero. For now, some are not seeing him as a hero. They're not hailing him as a hero. They think he's failing up the US, but at a given point, they'll come to hail him as a hero because he would have brought everything down as he has planned. It's a plan. It's a political plan. This is politics, geopolitics, and politics, and there is always a plan for this. At the beginning, it looks like everything is not okay. At the beginning, to look like everything is not okay, everything are working against him, but they're not working against Trump. Trump is just within that, within the perimeters, within the strategy that he pulled up to make sure that he's doing whatever he does to make sure that America becomes great again. We'll be talking about this more of this, giving you updates on whatever is happening there. That is between the US, Israel, and the Republic of the Islamic regime of Iran. The war is happening over there, but not to lie unto you that the Islamic Republic of Iran is winning this. So they will not win, and they cannot win, and the US cannot allow them to win it. Trump will not allow them to win, and Israel will not allow them to win this war at any point. The issue of the cluster munitions that the Islamic regime of Iran is using against against Israel, I'll say this. For Netanyahu said that they must do a complete destruction of the Islamic regime of Iran and completely root them out of Iran. Yes, for them to have a reason to continue bombarding them and destroying them, they have to allow some missiles to land on the Israeli installations deep in Israel and outside Israel. They have to allow that one to happen. That one will give them a legitimate reason to go back and hit these people hard. So whatever is landing in Israel is not because that the air defense system of Israel is not working. It's because they have to get a legitimate reason to continue hitting hard on the Islamic regime of Iran. It's a military strategy. It's a war strategy. Because if they continue bombarding them and there is nothing that is coming on this way, and people will be like, yeah, you see, you knew you have everything in place, and these people cannot hit you back. That is why you went in to hit them back and all that. No, there must be some collateral damages on both sides. But now the damages that are being incurred by the Islamic regime of Iran are more than this damages that are being incurred in Israel. I know you will use all those images and say whatever is happening there and there. I'm telling you this, believe me on this, and believe me on this. That's not a political strategy, a military strategy that Netanyahu is using against these people to get more legitimate reasons to go back hit hard in the Islamic regime of Iran. All the leaders are gone. Now they're looking at who is in command. They fully know who is in command. They're just creating a confusion over here to make you feel like they are not in control, but the reality is they're in control and they know whatever is happening down there. And whenever they want to go for that person, they can go for that person. That person might be someone that I'll be revealing in my next video. That is just my thoughts. If you think you can buy my thoughts, okay, well and good. If you think my thoughts are stupid enough, okay, well and good, you can call me all those names that you usually call me. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you abusing and insulting me and calling me all those names. I got no problem on that. So do this for me. Just click the like button, leave your comment. What do you think is happening? Leave your comment and subscribe on our YouTube channel as we continue to give you more. Whatever is behind me, I'm just standing behind Diego Gracia. Diego Garcia behind me. That is Diego Garcia behind me. That you guys say that has been hit. No, it's not been hit, and it will never be hit. Iran doesn't have that ability. If you ask me, in the next video I'll explain this.